You can see all my junk. You can see all my junk behind me. It's a bad angle for me. Oh my God, so many lives. This angle doesn't do my hair any compliments. Oh my God, there's so many fucking bad angles here. Oh, fucking Mondays. Shit. There's only one person here. Come on, guys. Come on. Load in. It's a fucking intro call. There we go. We're picking up a little bit. What's up, everybody? Can you hear me? Where's the chat at? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Yo. How are we doing over here on YouTube?
Yeah.
I haven't seen one comment. Is it commenting?
Yeah, both are going hard.
So it doesn't. So what did I do last time? I hit comment.
You made it like you typed something and then it populated.
Send. Comment. Show chat. There we go. Oh, look, the comments are coming in ready, loud and clear, all sorts of comments. Welcome, everyone. What's up? What's up? Steven, hello, sir. Oh, it's been a day, John. It's been a day, John. Welcome to the intro call. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new here, write that you're new here. Oh, Ian, what's up, dude? Look at you on my intro call. I thought you'd be busy saving America right now, and you're just taking a little moment to yourself to be here. Look at all these new people. Isaac, Robert, Tim, Double Isaac, Jeff, Wes, Kimberly. What's up, guys? Leanne. I don't know why I struggle with that name. Grant, what's up? Chase. Oh, my goodness. Chase. What's up, dog? Colton. Hell yeah. A lot of new people in here. We're going to let this warm up for a second. Make sure everybody gets in. We'll give it a couple minutes. In the meantime, Valerie, Rob, the Salt Lake City Delta Lounge. I feel like I'm there every other day. Guys, let's I like that Rob just told me a location. Let's go over some locations and professions. All right. I want to know who's in here, what you guys do. Also, there's people watching live on YouTube. I'm streaming this on YouTube. I'm going to be talking to everyone in the app, so I won't talk to you guys. If you guys have any questions, Austin is in the YouTube live, and he'll be answering them. Signups to get inside the app so you can be on the live call tomorrow and tonight. What time, bro?
Signups close tomorrow at 10 Mountain Standard. All
right, signups close at 10 Mountain Time. So, media buyer. I like that. Fuck, I got to work on, I can't wear something with a graphic because the white texts. All right, here we go. I'll put my arm there. I remind people that it's okay to like freedom in America. I dig that. Southeastern PA, Alberta, we got retail management. Florida, construction, general contractor. Police officer in Southern California. Leanne, bless your heart. Chiropractic. In Texas, we got law enforcement. We have truck dealership, the best truck dealership in the fucking world. We've got housing manager for Aptive Environmental. We've got automotive e-commerce. Ooh, I like that, Shane. That sounds interesting. Retired first responder, contractor. Ooh, we have a tattoo artist. Chris, what's up, man? Own 3 shops. You own 3 tattoo shops. Holy shit. We've got auto and marine detail shop. I know there's a lot of money in that. I pay them a lot of money. Car dealer from Oklahoma. Supplement retail store owner. Damn, there's a good mixture in here, man. Good mixture in here. Utah Lift Gym. Kim, what's up? I missed that one. How did I miss that? Sales engineer. 15 minutes from your old gym. But what do you do, Grant? Part-time nurse, and you drive a race car. And then you're part of a race media team you manage. Holy shit, you do a lot of things. I like that. Navy SEAL, retiring in 11 days. and starting a real estate business. I like that. Lots of Utah. There's a lot of Utah. Utah's hungry, man. That's the one thing I really like about Utah. My friends all seem to live there, but I think my friends live there because my friends are hungry people. I like Utah. Fort Collins, part owner of a staffing headhunting firm. I like that, Isaac. Co-owner of an auto performance shop. I owned one of those once. I wasn't very good at it. I made fast cars, but I didn't make any money. Wes, San Diego, relocating to Montana. What do you do though, bro? Unless you already said that. All right, so we got a mixture in here. Healthcare, senior consultant, indie game developer by night. Wow, that's a pretty interesting, I like that. If there's a graphic designer in here, hit up Ian. Ian has a project for you, a lot of projects. Ian's the smart one in here. He's like, I'm going to utilize when people say what they're doing to start hiring people already. Balloon pilot. I don't know if I believe that, Patrick. Railroad executive, Rob Jones. All right, that's a good one. So I understand why you're traveling, bro. All right, so we got people in here. I appreciate everyone being here. So this is the intro call. This intro call is for the new people. It is to make people aware of what the calls are going to look like. So the call tomorrow at noon Mountain Standard Time. It's a new time, right? We decided to go noon Mountain Standard Time for the call because we had a discussion and we said Rob Bailey would probably have the most energy at that time before the day sort of kicks my ass. For example, today kicked my ass. My meeting started at 8 a.m. and I didn't have a break. So this is my first break. You guys are part of it. But what I want to do is I want to go over the intro call, what to expect in CCV, what is coming up, and sort of what our schedule is going to look like, right? Everything we're going to teach you guys, not everything we're going to teach you guys, but the overall outline of it. Now, the way this works, I'm going to show you right here. I'm going to pick you up. So I have my little friend, Austin. You look so evil. Don't touch my monitor. I got my little friend, Austin here. Now, if you guys are typing, when I start talking, I'm not going to read the comments because I'll get very distracted because I'm not that fucking smart. I'm going to say that a lot. I am not that fucking smart. So, Austin, if you guys have any big questions, he'll respond to your questions. If you have any large business questions, do not hesitate at any point in time to drop them in the chat. What's going to happen is Austin's copy and pastes those, and then he keeps a running doc. And we record private podcasts, all right? The difference with the private podcasts versus the public podcasts. Public podcasts, we know everyone hears them, right? We put them out. We don't really talk numbers. We don't really talk big decisions. For example, I'm looking at buying a new CJ, right? So I'm looking at buying a jet, a very expensive jet, how I have to structure the deal, everything like that. I would never in a million years talk about that to the public podcast. They don't understand. It's going to alienate people. And there's a chance that some people are going to be like, fuck Rob Bailey, he's buying a jet. Now, I will talk to you about that, right? Purchasing an airplane, purchasing cars, write-offs, all sorts of stuff like that. How to fire people, how to hire friends, how to fire friends, how to structure partnerships. All that stuff I don't talk about on the public podcast, but we'll talk about that in the private podcast. Now, because you're in the app right now, you have access to the private podcasts. How many are there?
There's 33 right now.
So I think there's 33. We add one a week. So if you just signed up, you have 33 to go through. We keep them under 30 minutes, so they're super digestible. You can just put them on. If you need an answer, you can look through and find something. So because you're a member, you have access to those. Now, just like everything else in the app, you guys pay for it. The paid wall makes me comfortable that we are on the same page so I can talk about things that I wouldn't talk about into the public atmosphere, okay? So whether it's employees, whether it's sensitive things here, whatever it is, right? Whether it's my relationship that I don't feel like getting critiqued about the general public, but it's something I'm working through that I can share that I think adds some value to you guys or answer some questions, I share that on these podcasts. So the thing that I ask is, because I'm being transparent, humble, and super open with you guys, do not share the private podcasts to outside the group, right? You can start text threads, you can do all that within the group, but don't share them outside the app. I ask you, if that's the case, I'll stop being so transparent and I'll talk more like a fucking general robot. But I feel like there's There's a value to saying actual numbers. There's a value to giving you guys insights that are really fucking real. So once again, that's part of what's offered. If you guys ask bigger questions, Austin will copy and paste them, and then he'll throw them in the in the list, and we'll start answering them. So we have that, right? The private podcasts, we cover them. Now, the big thing is, well, there's a couple things. Within the group, you have access to all these other people. You saw everyone comment, right? How many different car dealership people were in there? You know, we got Chase, who's the best, and then we have everyone else who is the second best. Chase, I love you, bro. Chase builds all my vehicles, right? So, for example, next time I buy a vehicle from Chase, I'm going to explain to you exactly why I buy vehicles from Chase, right? What he does. Chase, I'm going to share all your secrets from a customer standpoint, why I keep coming back to you, everything like that. So what that is, it's my wins and losses, right? So for example, I bought my brother a truck, I believe in December from Chase. The build process, everything, how we got it delivered, how much I paid, what the experience was like, why I gave it to my brother, which business I ran it through, how I did everything, right? Super simple shit to some people, but you know, maybe not to other people. I'll go over all of that, right? And I cover why I do that, how we're going to structure the deal, everything like that, minor deals and then larger deals. But they're all my live calls. We do them every Tuesday. We're doing it tomorrow at noon. And what we start with on the live calls is housekeeping. We go over if there's any events coming up. For example, I have the Cabo House now, so I'm going to start doing VIP events at the Cabo House. We do events in Montana. We might start doing some other events. But we go over sort of housekeeping, right? We also go over things like this. Every time we open it up, we start a new piece of apparel, and we do a limited number pre-order of sweatshirts. So this is 007. I guess we realized it was 007, which I really like. So this will be for sale tomorrow, and it'll be for sale for 1 week. You can order it, and then it goes away forever, and then only you have it. The colors are black and yellow because I think it looks fun. All right. So after housekeeping, we end up going into wins and losses. Now, this is something that I've noticed other coaching groups do not do. I've been part of a couple other coaching groups. I've paid attention and I take notes. I'm trying to get better at my craft. And I've noticed that no one covers their losses. And that's something that I never really wanted to do coaching because I was always, you know, I don't like people just telling me what the deal is and pretending like they're perfect, right? I am not perfect. I am not fucking smart. I make a lot of mistakes. I make more mistakes than I wish I would, but I feel like a lot of people can learn from my mistakes, and I feel like it makes me human. So I be as transparent as I possibly can. In being transparent, I'm going to admit a lot of the losses I have. Tomorrow, you're going to hear losses, and you might be confused. Why am I in a mentorship group with this fucking dude with weird hair, and all he's telling me about is everything he fucked up this week, all the losses he had, right? It might confuse you. Now, what I need you to pay attention to, the following week, right? So the losses I tell you tomorrow, the following week, I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you how I solve those problems creatively, because everything has a creative solution. How I solve those creatively and how I'm back on track and I turned a win or a loss into a win, right? Or maybe I'm closing that project out. I don't know. But I'm going to share that stuff with you, right? I'm not just here to pretend like I win fucking everything. And I never lose and I never have downtime and I never make mistakes, because whoever says that's a fucking asshole, right? Shout out to Jesus Christ, Utah. I'm not a big Jesus guy, but I know there's a lot of Utah people in here and they know that Jesus is perfect. Just try to relate. All right, so after the wins and losses, I also will share some wins, and I'll explain to you what the wins are, new businesses and deals like that. After that, when thinking about how to structure this program and what I had to offer, what I realized was I essentially have fucking everything I've ever wanted, right? So I have airplanes. I have an airplane hangar. I'm building new airplane hangars. I'm shopping for a jet. I have every single car I've ever wanted. I can look out the window and I see a 64 Unimog. I see an H1. I see a 911. I see a 450. And then knowing back there, like I have everything I've ever wanted. I have a fantastic fucking relationship. I have great fucking employees. I own my dream business. I have a basketball court, a full-size fucking basketball hoop down in my gym. I have a fucking G22 RS, my dream car sitting in my fucking lobby. Like I do whatever I want. I start businesses that I want. I put out self-produced music. Like I'm living my best fucking life, right? Now, in doing that, I thought to myself, if I'm living my best life and I can do all this shit, how do I do it? And I was like, well, I just work really hard and I figured it out. I was like, no. What is the process? Like, what do I do for every single deal? When I decide I want a house in fucking Cabo or I want to live in Montana and have a second house in Mexico, how do I do that? And I thought about it. And I was like, well, I start out by dreaming. And dreaming is really fucking hard. It might be the hardest thing on this list is actually fucking dreaming because we've got the shit kicked out of ourselves. When we were 9, 10 years old, everyone told us to dream. And you were like, I want to be a fucking astronaut. I want to be a fucking astronaut, right? So you grow up and then at 15, they say, hey man, I know you want to be an astronaut, right? I actually remember the guidance counselor pulled me in at 15 years old, right? And they asked me what I wanted to do. And I said, I think I want to play basketball. I loved basketball. I was really good at football, but I loved basketball. And I remember when I was 15, my fucking guidance counselor pulled me in and he said, hey, what are you looking to do? We need to start shaping your future, getting you in the right thing. And I was like, well, there's two things I really like. I like basketball and I like fashion design, right? I love fucking designing clothes, selling clothes. I was sewing every single day after school and I loved it. And he looked at me and he's like, well, I think we need to be realistic. Like there isn't a future in basketball. And I was like, bro, you've never even fucking seen me play basketball. Now looking back, like, I don't think he needed to. I wasn't the greatest, but I enjoyed it, right? But to tell me there's no future in the sport of basketball for me. And then when I graduate and one picks up, it's dudes that never made the fucking NBA and they have one of the most successful fucking clothing lines and they just crush it and they're making shoes, they're traveling, they're doing literally whatever the fuck they want. There was a future in basketball. Maybe not playing on the fucking court, but there was a future for me. Now, the second thing, fashion designer, because this motherfucker didn't understand and he was a bullshit fucking guidance counselor pussy who never followed his dream. And now he sits around and tells kids they can't follow their dream. At 15 years old, all of a sudden, I got my first taste of, hey man, stop fucking dreaming. Stop it. All right. So you get that external taste of stop fucking dreaming around 15 years old. You go to college, you start realizing, oh, you know what? Not everything's possible. You keep going, and all of a sudden you start to get beat down more and more and more. And then by the time you're fucking 30, man, you're like, this is it. I can't do what I want. This doesn't feel like the life that I want, but I'm not even going to dream because I'm just going to disappoint myself. So I don't even fucking try to dream. So step one, tomorrow, we're going to show up. We're going to talk about a lot of really important shit, a lot of shit that's going to try to stop you or eat you from the inside. But I'm going to give you guys a permission slip to dream for 1 week. To just fucking dream, man. To forget all that bullshit and just fucking dream. Because that's what week 1 is. That's what I do prior to anything else. I just have fun. I just fucking dream. I just think about things. I think, man, I got the greatest house ever in Montana and I'm really, really busy. But you know what? I wish I had a house in a warmer climate that I could go and my friends could show up and I could just fly down there and it would be super cool. And I close my eyes and I picture all this, right? That's what I do. And then after that, I get really fucking clear on what I want. Well, if I'm going to get a house in a warmer climate, what does that house look like? How many bedrooms does it have? If I want to have all my friends there, what's the entertaining area look like? And I think about all the fucking details, right? I think about what does warm actually mean to me? Does warm mean Scottsdale or does warm mean Vegas? Or do I want to be on the beach? And if I want to be on the beach, how is that possible, right? And you start getting really, really clear on what you want. Hey, I want a car. What brand car do you want? Hey, I want to be in shape. Well, what does in shape mean to you, right? Because in shape means something different to everybody else. So if my dream is to be built very well, right? Oh, I want to be built very well. By some people's standards, I'm built very well. But I'm dreaming right now, so I can imagine anything. And I think to myself and I say, okay, if I'm going to dream about what I want my body to look like, I'm going to pick Steve Cook, right? because he's natural. It looks maintainable. I know he's 6'1", going on 6'2", maybe. And I think he looks like a fucking athlete. So I picture, I'm like, ooh, I'm just dreaming. I want to be built great. Now, when you get clear, that's when you start understanding numbers. Okay, if Rob Bailey wants to be in shape, right? And this is all going to tie together. If I want to be in shape, then what do I actually want to weigh? I want to weigh 250, right? So I'll be down, what is that, 30 pounds down from 280? So I need to lose 30 pounds. Okay. Now, what does in shape mean, right? What's that look like? Well, I want to be able to dunk. So that means I can jump. I want to be able to run under a 6-minute mile, and I want to have abs, right? That's what I want. All of a sudden, I'm getting really clear on my goal, right? Because dreaming's one thing. Dreaming's fun. I fucking love it. But your next step is getting really fucking clear, right? Understanding, hey, I want to own a car dealership, right? I want to have a car dealership. Step 2 is figuring out what kind of cars you want to have at that dealership. I want to have dope ass trucks like Chase, right? I want to have lifted, modified, very tasteful trucks. All right. So after you get really clear, you understand what your physique looks like. Then you get calculated. This is how I do literally every decision I've ever made, whether it's flying airplanes, building and driving race cars, fucking buying properties, real estate, my relationship, my friendships, literally fucking everything. I do the same exact recipe and it applies. After clear, I get really calculated, right? Now, what is calculated? Calculated is making my own fucking rules. Making my own rules based on the skill sets that I need to accomplish my clear goal. Now, you wonder why all these motherfuckers out here love 75 hard so much, right? And I love Andy, bro. I think Andy's one of the greatest men on this planet. But you look at 75 hard and you wonder why so many people love that program. I'll tell you why. Because the average person can't make up their own fucking rules and they need someone else to make the rules up for them. So everyone does 75 hard because Andy's made the rules for you. They're fucking, what are they, 4 rules? They're fucking simple. And everyone's like, yeah, I'm going to do this program. How about this? Do 75 hard, right? I encourage it. I think it's fucking fantastic. I think Andy crushed it. Brilliant idea. But I encourage you to do this, right? Dream a little bit. Get really fucking clear. And now when you go to calculated, realize the skill sets that you need. Realize what you need to get to that next step, right? I told you, Rob Bailey, I say I want to be in shape. I want to look like Steve Cook. I want to be able to dunk. I want to be able to run consistently under a 6-minute mile, somewhere in the 5s. I want to have abs. If I get calculated, I got to set some rules for myself, right? I train plyometrics 3 days a week. Now all of a sudden, I know what I eat. I can set rules for what I eat. I don't need 75 hard to tell me, right? Because I can make my own fucking rules. I can set my own guidelines. I can decide what skills I need. I want to grow these businesses. What do I need? I need this employee. I need this employee. And you know what? There's another skill I need, which is managing employees. You want to start a car dealership? Do you know how to talk to people? If you don't, you have a new skill to learn. So set some fucking rules for yourself, set some guidelines, put a plan in place to go do that, to learn that. That's the calculated stage, right? You learn what you need, you understand what you need to go to the next stage. Now, everybody can do that, right? We can dream. Essentially, we just made a business plan for life, for whatever the fuck you want to make, for your physique. We made a business plan. The next step is vicious. You know why people can't take action? Because they're unsure, because they don't have confidence, because they think they're going to lose it all, because I have kids that I need to take care of, because my wife doesn't believe in me, because of this. You give every fucking excuse in the world. I do it too, man. People are like, why don't you do this? Well, Rob, why aren't you on YouTube? Why aren't you uploading YouTube videos? And I'm like, well, I don't have time. I just give them a bullshit excuse. Motherfucker, if I actually wanted to do YouTube right now, I would figure out what it took. I would figure out, okay, I need to hire somebody. I need to get this person. This is how much time I need to set aside. And I would come up with a calculated plan. I'd be very fucking clear on exactly what my YouTube channel looks like. I'd come up with a calculated plan. And then when it's time to get fucking vicious, I know exactly who I'm hiring. I know what that dude looks like. I know how fast he turns around media. I know what his workload looks like. I know what his skills, her, who, fucking whatever, their skill set looks like. I know. Now, hiring that person is so fucking clear, and I have so much confidence because I've thought about it, because it's planned out, because I'm not guessing, because I'm not acting on emotion based on, I think I want to do this. All you motherfuckers out here talking about pivoting or my wife doesn't believe in me. You know why your other half doesn't believe in you? Because you don't believe in yourself enough for them to get behind you. That's why. Because you're not fucking clear enough. Because you're not calculated enough. Because you haven't set rules for yourself. So when they see it, all that doubt that you have, it's magnified to your other half, and then they don't believe in you. You come in, you show them that you're getting skill sets. You show them the rules you've made for yourself. You show them your discipline. You show them how clear and serious you are attached to your dream, whatever the fuck that dream is. Whether that's owning a business, whether it's working for somebody else, whatever that is, you show up with that much confidence at the vicious stage, and they're going to get behind you. Every single fucking leader out there that has people get behind them, it's because they're absolutely fucking clear, whether that's a good leader or a bad leader. Sometimes they don't even realize they're being led. Sometimes they don't even realize they're being led. Sometimes they let the other people make rules for them. Please listen to that. Sometimes they let the other people make rules for them. That's what I encourage in the calculated stage. You make your own fucking rules, right? You know how frustrating it is to identify as a Republican? Because all of a sudden I get all their fucking rules attached to me. You know how frustrating it was to show up as a fucking vegan and have all their rules attached to who I am? Like, I don't identify with that. That's not what I think. I don't agree with that fucking asshole. It's hard, man. How about you do this? Just like in the rest of life, you don't assume everyone else's rules. Let's make your own rules here. And that's how you get to your own fucking goals. And that's how you decide what you want to do in your own life. And you can change that anytime, including habits, including things that you think are holding you back. You can redefine all that. So in this group, what we're going to do is we're going to work through that. All right. We're going to figure out what you want. We have exercises, we have homework, we have type forms and stuff like that. One of the things I'm actually going to start doing here is I'm doing a whiteboard, which I did a whiteboard last week for you guys in the group. Go watch last week's video. Not to fucking tip my own hat or pat my own back. How do you say that? But last week's video, I fucking crushed. And I don't say that much. I don't think I've ever said that I've crushed a video. But go to last week's video. Now, last week's video applies to everything, right? It's the Apex bag, our over-the-shoulder bag that we did. I went from the dream stage to the conception, to the cut and sew, to how we sourced it, to how we documented sourcing it, to how we got it in-house, to how we forecasted the orderings, to how we built out all the creative, to how we implemented it, showing it to the customer, to how we teased the customer, to how we got it in people's hands, to how we broke it down, to the product detail page, to the customer fucking journey, to the release schedule, then to the post-release schedule, to the customer journey to get UGC, to keep them interested, to upsell them, and how to continue to sell the fucking bag. Literally from the fucking beginning to the fucking end of a product. And that will apply to anything. That will apply to starting a business. That will apply to owning a gym. That will apply to your relationship with a boss, anything. Go back and watch that. But what we're going to start doing is we're going to start whiteboarding, all right? Because I found out that when I stand up, apparently I get excited. So I'll be standing up more. That'll be in tomorrow's call. For the dream call, I will be standing half the time. And I'll be sweating a little bit. Now, why do I feel like I have any kind of position to start a group like this? Because, and I said this to start, I'm not smart. I mean, you guys even listening to this, you realize that like, oh, he doesn't even have that big of a vocabulary. I think I think I got 25 words in my vocabulary. Most of them are curse words. I'm trying to work them out, but like, I'm not that intelligent. I didn't do well in school. I'm really good at following directions. If you give me a task, if you give me a manual labor task, I will fucking crush it, right? But I figured out that if I want something in life and I keep going at it, right? And I'm not stopped by the first fucking roadblock, that I can do anything. That I can fucking do anything. I'll use the NBA example that I always use, right? I can play in the NBA. I wish I could go back to my fucking guidance counselor, right? And I wish I could say, hey man, I can play in the NBA. I can do it. 15 years old, no, you can't, no, you can't, no, you can't. You know what? I like to picture it as a building, and I want to get inside that building, right? A lot of people walk up to the front door and they see if it's locked and they say, oh, I can't get in this building. It's not possible. I need to give up. Or someone told me the door is locked and I don't even try. What I like to do is walk up to the front door and see if it's locked and say, no, I really want to get in this building. I go around to the back door. Back door is locked. Nope, I really want to get in this fucking building. I go around to a window. The window's locked. I think about breaking the window. I don't break it because I'm very respectful. I'm a very respectful individual. And I go, oh, fuck, that's locked. Maybe the second story is not locked. So now I pull my truck up. I back my truck up. I stand on top of my truck and I reach up and that window's locked. I say, shit. All right, maybe there's a roof access. So then I go and I jump across the roof because I'm a fucking athlete. Remember, we talked about that. And I found out there's roof access. A lot of people give up at that front door. If you really want something, yeah, you're not going to play in the fucking NBA. Now, let's define how I did that. Every single time I came up and I saw the door was locked, I shifted my perspective a little bit, right? That's what being creative is. It's shifting your perspective. It's looking at it from a slightly different angle. That's why some photographers are really good and others are really bad. Because some photographers think, I have to take the photo from this. This is my angle. And then you get a little bit better of a photographer, and all of a sudden, he dips down just a little bit, all right? It changes the perspective on the subject. And when that shift is made, it makes it interesting because it's not the same perspective as you normally see it from your eyes, right? That's why we like watching GoPros strapped to dogs, because it's like, oh, this is so interesting. You know, I've never seen a dog's perspective walking through a house before, right? That's why we watch that shit. Now, that's just dropping down. All of a sudden, you change lighting, you turn the angle, and you say, hey, look up that way. And all of a sudden, you've composed a really good fucking photo because you're shifting your perspective, right? Now, if I want to play in the NBA, obviously the first door is locked. I'm fucking almost 40 years old. I'm 280 pounds. I was 6'3", but my back is shrinking, so I'm only 6'2". Fuck, man, I can't play in the NBA. But what I could do is if I got really proficient at talking and I figured out my fucking angle, I could probably get a job for Barstool, right? If I dropped everything that I was doing right now and I said, you know what? I'm going to figure out my angle on social. I'm going to get really fucking good with just the NBA. And my goal is to get a job with Barstool where they put me at every single fucking show. It would take a little while, but I could do it. And you know, the fact of the matter is, I'd probably be sitting courtside. And you know what else? My guidance counselor when I was 15, he's probably dead by now. But if he's not dead and he's watching the NBA, guess who he's going to see sitting courtside? Motherfucker, I'm on the court. I'm playing the fucking game. I'm getting a paycheck. I don't know. Feels like playing the fucking NBA to me. You shift the perspective and there's a way to do it. But first, you got to fucking dream. You got to figure out what you want. You got to forget all the nonsense that you drag around. You forget all that shit, and then you figure it out. That's what this course is, right? And it doesn't, a lot of you guys are going to dream, right? And you're going to say, all right, oh my God, I want so many things. I want a rental property, and I want to be a fitness coach, and I want to own a gym, and I want a race car, and I want a lot of money, and you want all these different things, right? Don't overwhelm yourself. Dream about specifically one thing. Dream about, I want to be in better shape. All right? It helps everything. Let's talk grocery store, right? This is my favorite analogy. Let's talk grocery store. You walk into the grocery store right now. Time to buy groceries for the week, right? Let's assume that you know that you're buying a week's worth of groceries. So you walk into the grocery store. Now, without having a clear goal, without understanding where you want to be a year from now, all of a sudden, everything's on the fucking table, right? We can literally go down any aisle and we can justify anything. I can look at cereal and be like, well, maybe I'll start eating cereal post-workout. Boom! Honeycomb in the cart. What am I going to start eating for breakfast? What should I eat for breakfast, Austin?
Jimmy Dean's.
Ooh, Jimmy Dean's microwavable sandwiches because they'll be quick and they look so fucking tasty. There's a new flavor that says low and fat. Boom, in the fucking cart. Oh, look, there's some fucking Oreos. Man, Oreos comes out with the greatest fucking flavors. I'm not going to eat all of them, but I think every night or whatever, maybe I can have a little snack, right? That won't hurt me. I'll do some more cardio the next day. Boom. Fancy dancy fucking shortbread Oreos in the fucking cart. Shit. All right, now we got to get back on track, I think, right? Do we have much time? I don't know. What else did I need? Fuck. All right, I think we need some milk. We need some eggs, right? Because eggs are healthy. How many eggs do we need? I don't fucking know. And you just start buying whatever based on emotion, based on maybe you're happy. Maybe you're sad. Maybe there's some shit going on in your life that you don't know what's going on or why you're doing it. But the fact of the matter is you don't know how you want to look a year from now. So you don't have a fucking plan. So every single decision that you're making is based on emotion with an unclear direction, right? You haven't made those rules for yourself. So it's a fucking free-for-all in there. Every single time you see something, you have to make a decision in your head. And your decision is based on how you're feeling that day, right? You want to predict the fucking future? You want to know what you're going to look like for a year from now? Decide that. Dream, get really fucking clear, get really fucking calculated, make a plan. I eat this. I know exactly what I eat. You know what that allows you to do? You walk into the grocery store and all of a sudden you're able to do something viciously. And as weird as that sounds, to grocery shop viciously, you can walk into the grocery store and all your questions are answered. It's the simplest analogy possible. You walk in and you know exactly what's on your diet. If you get a treat, you know exactly what your treat is. Boom, 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 in and fucking out. You are a goddamn machine. If I want to start a YouTube channel, if I do all the pre-work, when I go to start hiring, I don't doubt myself anymore because I know exactly what that fucking video guy, what he looks like, what he does, you know, what his schedule looks like. I have that all figured out. Because I know, because I did the steps prior. So I've given myself the confidence. It's one of the biggest questions. How do I get confidence? How do I get confidence? I'm not confident. You're not confident because you never fucking committed to anything. How about this? You know where I get most of my confidence from? From failing. From fucking shit up and it not working. Because you know what I've realized? Is everything in my life that has not worked, I'm fine. I just got some free college. That's all. Right? Everybody sits around all day long scared that they're going to fail. I'm going to let my family down. I have kids. You motherfuckers leverage your goddamn kids one more time. Fuck, man. You know what's better as a fucking man? Let's talk about being a fucking man for a second, right? Provide for your fucking family. You know what else it's your duty? It's your duty to show your fucking kids, to show everyone around you what taking a risk looks like. What believing in yourself looks like. And not only that, when you fall down, a man or a woman, let's fucking both sides, whatever, what it looks like to stand back up and try again. There's value in that as for a fucking kid. Growing up, my dad never took that risk, right? I didn't start business till I was 26, to be completely honest. Till I was 26, not that I wasted life, but looking back now, I have a huge frustration that no one ever showed me how to fucking do it, right? The internet wasn't around. No one ever showed me what taking a risk looked like. So I played it safe because I was scared, because I didn't have confidence, because I never saw anyone fall down and get back up. I saw everyone constantly sort of falling. That's what I watched my dad do. Shout out to my dad. He thought he was doing the right thing. My dad wanted to start an ice cream shop. wanted to start an ice cream shop. No fucking clue why that was his dream. He worked for Amtrak, miserable as fuck his whole life. Still jaded to this day. Still jaded because it was bred into him for fucking 40 years working at the shit job. And he wanted to start an ice cream shop truck. I don't know why. So we went to look at it. And I remember feeling excited as a kid, right? I remember feeling proud of my dad, being like, damn, my man's going to start an ice cream shop. And I remember feeling like I wanted to brag to my friends, right? My dad is doing something. Like all my other rich friends out there, or all my other friends that their dad was actually doing something. My dad isn't just going to be miserable at his job. He's going to go try something. He's going to go chase a dream. And he got the cups and he got like samples, right? Like he had like fucking paper cup samples and shit. And I remember thinking to myself, damn, like this is so cool. We're going to own an ice cream shop. Like that's so much better than being a fucking executive at the railroad and being miserable. And he never did it. Did I have nicer shoes? Did I have anything? I still had to pay for my own college, all that shit. No, I didn't have anything. Still poor and not even fucking inspired. It took me a bunch of years after college, dropping out of college, doing all these different things to find other men. And I love my dad. I had breakfast with my dad this morning, but find other men and see other people take risks. John Brandt Lee, I worked in his restaurant, right? That motherfucker was just trying his best. Trying his fucking best. He would have me show up with bolt cutters to cut the fucking locks off the doors when they would try to, before everybody else. I was like his fucking dude, right? Like I was the one that was always fucking doing the undercover weird shit to try to keep the restaurant open. And watching this motherfucking just rip cigarettes, drink coffee, and do whatever the fuck it took, right? He never gave up. And at the end of the day, he got to say, I own a restaurant and I'm working my fucking ass off. I'm being resourceful. I'm learning every single fucking day. I remember seeing that and being like, this motherfucker is invincible. He can do whatever he wants. And he wants to own a fucking restaurant. And he's doing it. I started seeing that and all of a sudden I was like, maybe I can do business. So all you people out there with all your fucking excuses, think of who's watching you. Think of how you can inspire those people. I promise you, right? And fucking if you're throwing an excuse at me, Rob, you don't have kids. Motherfucker, I was a kid and I watched my dad. I'm using myself as an example. I'm literally using my fucking self as an example. You can do whatever the fuck you want. And if your first response to when I say that is like, oh, he can't. No, you can't. Shut the fuck up. Fucking email Austin, quit this fucking group and get the fuck out of here. Because those are the last people in the world that I want around me. Which is why I love Utah so much. Because I haven't met one person from Utah that doesn't think they can't do everything. Guys, that's the intro call. To recap one more time. Tomorrow's call is at 12. We're going to cover the dream section. I'm going to give you guys some homework. You guys who have been here before, you know the homework. It's fun. It'll challenge you a little bit. It's a little bit different. Get the people moving. We're going to stand up. We're going to draw some whiteboard. All right. One of the things I figured out in these courses prior is a lot of people need more step-by-step. So one of the things Austin and I are devoted to you guys are creating a more step-by-step process, right? Like I don't want to just throw information out there and inspiration. All right. I want to give more of a checklist for you guys to go through so you guys can get past these hard parts. I run into the same thing, right? I mean, one of my next big dreams is simplifying my life. I've talked about simplifying the complexity of life a lot. And it's something I continuously have to manage. That, same thing, buying this fucking jet. Not easy at all. Very expensive and not easy at all. But I'm going through it over and over. It's a work in progress. And sometimes I need a reminder of the steps to go through because I forget. So we're going to go through the dream process. We're going to work through some of that shit tomorrow. I'm going to give you guys some homework, but I'll see you guys tomorrow at 12 Mountain Standard Time, which is what, 2 o'clock Eastern. Mm-hmm. And then if you're in LA, it's 11 a.m. Mm-hmm. And that's as much math as I can do. I know there's some international people, but you guys are going to have to, Austin will set up a reminder within the group, and what else did I miss?
That's it.
Guys, I appreciate you. I encourage you guys to get in the app, post where you're from and what you do. All right. I actually did the math the other day and I'm a little over $400,000 into hiring people for this year for this group. Most of your resources, if not all of your resources, are in this group. I hired a PR team 2 weeks ago. I went to people within this group. Jason hooked me up, right? So whatever you need, chances are they're in this group. If you need to buy a fucking vehicle, there was all these vehicle people in here, right? Chances are people in this group have your solution. There's a bunch of talented motherfuckers in here that think the same way as you. So get in there and work with those people. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 12 noon. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Adios. YouTube, what's up? I appreciate you guys hanging out and watching. Sorry I didn't communicate with you guys too much. Now, what that was my intro call. All right. That was not the actual course. That was the intro call that's letting everyone know what's coming up in CCV. CCV signups end tonight. All right. It is $295, under $300. It's under $10 a day. All right. Sounds like I'm doing a commercial for a sad child in Africa. It's under $10 a day. Now, what I've noticed is the way that I look at things now versus the way that I used to look at things. I know a lot of people are held up by price, and I get that because it's hard for me to understand that because now, for example, when I read a book, right? I'm trying to find a book. When I read a book, right? When I get done the book, what I'm looking to get out of the book is I need one sentence in that book to shift my perspective that I can take big. And the value of that book is there, right? I used to look at the coaching conferences and be like, damn, I can't believe you'd spend $300 on a coaching conference. I can't believe you would spend this or spend that. So I didn't do it. And it stunted my growth for a very, very long time because I wasn't thinking big enough. I didn't have big enough ideas. My tenacity, my fucking aggression towards goals, it wasn't there because I wasn't around the right people, okay? What I formed with this group is it's the right people. I'm successful, right? I love my life. But there's people in this group that are more successful than me. Fucking AJ Osborne's in this group. If you guys don't know who AJ Osborne is, look him up. There's people in this group that are way more fucking qualified than me, and they're just in here watching and learning. Now, why would they be in the group if they were more successful than me, right? Because all they need is to hear my perspective on something a little bit different, right? There comes a point in time when you show up and you just need to hear one word, one different perspective shift on something, and you get one snap. That's all I fucking need. And that's what I'm looking to give you guys, right? I'm not looking to read the book and then have it summarized at the end and be like, all right, now my life has changed. I'm looking for one sentence, one shift of perspective, right? And that's what I try to cover in this group. That's why I cover everything. It's not just business. I cover my relationship. I cover my relationship with employees, my relationship with my wife, my relationship with myself, my understanding, my quest, my wins, my losses, right? We talk to other people in the group. We'll bring other people up as examples. I'll have other people on the calls with me. If you're not a business owner, we got my friend Austin here. One of the greatest parts about this group is everyone thinks you need to be a CEO. Fact of the matter is, you don't need to be a CEO. You don't. It's really fucking hard. There's a lot of extra stress that comes with it. All right? I'm not even the best CEO. I'm actually pretty fucking bad. I'd probably be better as a number 2, to be completely honest. But someone like Austin, without being a business owner, he still performs and still makes money like a business owner. It's one of the things I think people forget. The top salesman at a company oftentimes makes more than most CEOs. You know, the top person at a company without being the owner oftentimes makes a lot more than a lot of the owners in the room. So it's really nice to have the duality of the group, Austin, on all the calls and everything like that, and show that you can have success without, you know, bringing out a second mortgage in your house. You can support some kind of other goals. There's another way to do it. So it's a really beautiful part. But my goal with this group is to keep as many people in the group as possible. That shows that I'm bringing as much value to the world as I possibly can. And I've been doing it. We've had a really good return rate. Anyone that does leave seems to come back. A lot of the people that are signing up were already in the group. They were in 01 or 02, and they took a couple time off. And now they realize the value of being in the group, the value of this weekly motivation, the value of the resources that we have, and they're signing back up. So I just want to let you guys know Austin's been on there. I haven't actually even looked at the chat this whole time. Matter of fact, I don't even know if this live stream is even on. But signups end tonight. Clear, calculated, and vicious.com. You can cancel at any time. You can sign up. You can listen to all the podcasts and say, hey, fuck this shit. This is stupid. And you can cancel, right? We make it very easy to cancel because I don't want anyone a part of this group that doesn't want to be a part of it, right? That's the whole concept of the group. If someone's in here and they're not finding value and they want out, I want them out faster than they want out, right? I want people in there that find value, that are here to fucking crush, that show up every week, that pay the fuck attention and want to learn and get better. Those are the people that I want around me. So if you're one of those people, clear, calculated, and vicious.com, sign up and I'll see you inside. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a good evening. I hope to see you on the inside.